Welcome, NBA fans. Welcome to Just My Opinion, Sports Talk with Big J, coming to you live from Plainfield, Illinois. Well, got a tie series. Golden State Warriors came back yesterday to tie the series 1-1, beating the Boston Celtics by a score of 107-88. Now let me see what happened here. You look at actually by the first half, Golden State was only up 2 points. I think it was 50-52 in the first half. But then the third quarter, now you know Golden State is known for its third quarters. Golden State rode a 35-14 third quarter to their dominant win thanks to a 25-2 run. So they actually outscored the Boston Celtics in the third quarter, 35-14. Boston actually won the fourth quarter, of course. So that was garbage time, and Boston had taken its starters out. But Warriors ended up shooting 45% from the field, while the Celtics only shot 38%. In addition, Golden State had only 12 turnovers compared to Boston's 18 turnovers. That was a killer with Boston. The Warriors also outscored the Celtics in the paint, 40-24. Now, scoring-wise, if we look at the box score, Jason Tatum did come back from his previous 12-point performance in the first game, scoring 28 points. Jaylen Brown only had 17, Derek White 12, and that was really about it. Now, Al Horford only scored 2 points. Now remember, he was the leading scorer in game one with 26 points. So he goes from 26 down to 2. Marcus Smart, I think he had scored 21 in the first game, or 24. He scored 3 or 2 in game 2. Derek White, who had scored 21 points in the first game, scored 12. So while Jason Tatum picked up his scoring, everybody else scoring was down. So that's, the way when I look on the Golden State Warriors side, Stephen Curry led with 29 points. Wiggins had 11, Klay Thompson 11, Looney had 12, and Poole off the bench had 17. So he improved his scoring, but he shot 6 for 14. That's a 43%. Klay Thompson was 4 for 19. Wow. Wiggins was 4 for 12. Curry was only 9 for 21. Green was only attempted 3 shots. So with that kind of shooting, and they still won by 19 points. So I've been going back and forth on who I thought would win. Initially when before the series even started, when they were in the Western Conference, the Eastern Conference Finals, I thought in my mind that Golden State would beat either Miami or Boston. They would be favored. The way Golden State had taken care of Dallas. So, but then after game one, I started rethink that and said, well, maybe Boston actually have the edge. Now, I think I'm back to, I don't know who's going to win. You can look at it, multiple ways. You can look at, on the Golden State side, they didn't have that great of shooting, but they still won by 19. So what was the difference? Well, see, what I've always said, this is the difference between stars, superstars, your ability to perform and get consistent results every night. Now, if you look at the performance, Al Horford, Marcus Smart, going from 20 plus points down to 2 the next game. See, to me, you can't have any confidence. And, Boston was touted for their defense. But generally, especially with a coach like Steve Kerr, they can figure out a way to counteract defensive moves and strategies. They look at the film, and now, it's like 2 days to figure this thing out. I mean, they don't play again until Wednesday, I think. So they get time to figure this out, and that's probably what will happen. So, game 3 is going to be critical. That'll tell you a lot. Theoretically, if Boston can hold home court, they should win the series. They have the home court advantage right now since they beat Golden State in San Francisco. Now, Golden State has a reputation for being able to win on the road. So, can they do it again? I think they probably can. I think because of the inconsistency of the Bostons. Never know what they're going to get. You never know what you're going to get. Jaylen Brown started out hot, but only ended up shooting 5 for 17. So I think Golden State's probably going to win this, just because they will be more consistent. I think they're probably a deeper team. You know, at one point I thought that Boston was a deeper team, but no, I think Golden State is actually a deeper team now. So, tell you one thing, Boston better win game number 3. They're in trouble. You know, when you think about it, these players, Marcus Smart, Al Horford, I thought they were really more skilled. Now, this is one thing I learned about Al Horford, which it kind of surprised me. I thought he had an inside game, but there were a couple of occasions where he had a mismatch and he had little guys on him, Stephen Curry, and he's inside, and he could not score because he didn't have any inside moves. He kept trying to dribble, trying to end up banking a shot rather than just doing a little jump hook right over top of these smaller defenders. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked by that. You don't need to do a lot of moves. You got somebody, a mouse in the house, as they call it. All he needed to do is just jump over him and just little, jump hook shot. And he did not have that. I was surprised. And of course, Marcus Smart never really, to me, been that skilled a player, not really a good ball handler. And he's going to have up and down games scoring wise, but you really can't rely on him. He's, had some key turnovers in that game. Tatum had a bunch of turnovers. And he doesn't have much of a mid-range game, which surprised me also. He was hot from the three-point line. He actually shot 6 for 9 three-point line. But he only shot 2 for 10 from the 2 points. From 2 points. So he's not quite as skilled as I thought he was. Eric White only had 12 points. What did he shoot? 4 for 13. So he came back down to earth. So I want to look at some of these highlights. Get out of here. Okay, here you got Curry. Draymond's gonna set a screen. Looney doing way back here. Okay. Green decided to go to the basket. Now, see, this is another case where there seems to be no skill. Here you got Grant Williams had the ball under the basket. Didn't even try to score. Just see this again. Hold it over top. Okay. He's got the ball here. Grant. See what he does with it. Okay, granted he's surrounded here, but is any kind of pump fake? Yeah, see, if he had a pump fake, you see who would have been out of the picture. He could have reverse layup or something, but no. Throws it out to the 3-point line. Good pass. Wow, what was that? Was Tatum. Trying to go one-on-one. Why would he try to, without even a screen? This is what you call one-on-one. He's not even trying to run off a screen or a pick or anything. He's got his arms extended and just loses the ball. Paid for that. They paid for that turnover by Tatum, and Curry comes back and hits a 3. Tatum drains his 3s. He was hitting his 3s. Yeah, Gary Payton got to play this game. Hit 3-point shots. Like he's recovered. Another 3. Yeah, I can do more than hit 3s. There's Tatum hitting another 3. Good setup. Okay, you got Poole, Wiggins, Williams, I guess, should be guarding Lisa. some reason, he's got his eye toward me. Williams does not even looking at Lisa. This is goes down. Just throws it right over. That's bad defense. See what turnover was. Tatum here. Draymond. And he's throwing it. Who is he throwing it to? Well, he's trying to throw it in the corner. Stolen. That kills him with a 3. They're moving the ball around. Hmm. Got a good pass. Offensive rebound. Thompson finally hit one. That was only he only made 4 baskets, 4 of 19. You happy about that? the third quarter where they start to pull away. Heard from deep. Good play. Poole launches a wild shot at the end of the third quarter. Oh, wow. They had the ball and lost it. Now, what was that about? What is Holford out there doing with the ball trying to spin? Now, what sense does this make? Horford trying to bring the ball up. Here you got Smart is supposed to be the point guard. You got Jalen Brown over here. What? Why is? And then tries to spin. Oh boy, that makes no sense at all. This is early garbage time. Five minutes ago, 97 to. Oh, that game was like. Game was over at that point, so. This wasn't a good day for the Boston Celtics. So, like I said, next game is Wednesday. We'll see what happens. Series is tied 1-1. A couple of things I wanted to talk about on the side in terms of NBA talk narratives been in the news lately. You know, I think they had interviewed Silver, you know, the NBA commissioner. They were asking him about the NBA schedule. Should it be cut? So there's some people are advocating cutting the schedule down from 82 games. Richard Jefferson went off on a rant, said that would be ridiculous. Asked Grant Hill his opinion on that, and he too said that he didn't think that was right. And I agree. I don't see what the big deal is. Why they need to cut the schedule. been like that for 75 years. What is the point now? Like Adam Silver said, well, if you could demonstrate that there would be fewer injuries, then it might, take a look at that. But I think last year they had 10 fewer games and they had no impact on number of injuries. So, but what exactly is the problem? Not like these guys are overworked. I mean, they're playing a game. Oh, they act like their life is so hard. We got to get on an airplane and travel, and we got to work out and have meetings and film sessions. Oh, what is the problem? We got to go lift weights. It's so pitiful. So I agree with Richard Jefferson. I don't know if soft is the word, but it just doesn't make any sense. Now, the other interesting thing, they'd asked Grant Hill about, why did we have these big swings in, the playoffs and, these blowouts, and how teams could come back from 20-point deficits. And you say, well, the reason is because of the 3-point shot. And generally, team hits threes or they miss threes. If they hit threes, they're going to win. If they miss them, they're going to lose. Now, Grant Hill threw out what he himself termed a controversial position, is he thought that maybe they should think about eliminating three. Because then you have more balanced game and probably have more inside play. Now, I don't think that will ever happen, but I have a theory about the 3-point that you won't hear from anybody but me. I think a 3-point shot should be worth 2 or 1. The theory being, the reason why they awarded 3 points, because it's supposed to be more difficult to shoot a 3 than 2. But reality, it's easier, in my view, it's easier to shoot a 3-point shot. Now, the chance of it going in or could be lower, but the ease to get off that shot, it kind of tells me that why should you give that more value? Nowadays, it's probably harder to score at the basket. So maybe a layup should be worth 3 points. And beyond the arc should be worth 2. You're not going to hear that. Anyway, of course, I may sound crazy, but if you really think about it, yeah, anybody can shoot a 3-point shot. All you gotta do is just throw it up there. But can you get to the basket for a layup? To me, it seems that is much harder than shooting a 3-point shot. Layup. So, but anyway, that's probably never going to happen as far as eliminating a 3-point shot. The other thing, and this happened in last night's game, is about controversy with Draymond Green already having a technical foul, and apparently the refs took it under consideration. He had the possibility of getting a second technical, but they decided not to give him a second technical because it would have resulted in him being thrown out of the game. Now, Steve Javie, ex-official and commentates on these, refs' moves, and they asked him, "Do you guys, as refs, know what the technical status is of the player?" He said, "Yeah, we know," and he said, "And we may take it into consideration about a second technical because we may not want to throw the guy out of the game." So there are two schools of thought on that. Oh, that's not fair. They shouldn't be taking that into consideration. They should call the foul based on the play. My opinion, you have to have a very good reason to me to throw a person out of the game. You have to have a very good reason. Now the plays last night, there was no reason that it would warrant him to be thrown out of the game. Now, I disagree with comments that Draymond made afterwards on his podcast talking about he earns the right to be treated differently. I mean, that's a crap. Earn the right. What do you mean, earn the right to be treated differently? Knew they weren't going to throw him out. That's kind of nonsense to me. But to throw a guy out you should take into consideration the severity of foul. I think use your judgment. Nothing wrong with judgment. That's the problem nowadays. We don't allow for judgment. So anyway, that's just my opinion. So we look forward to game number 3 on Wednesday. I'm still rooting for Boston Celtics. So we'll see what happens. That's all, just my opinion. Talk to you later.